In 1999, if you remember, all the startups company was raising money from venture capitals. And we understood from day one that our company is for marathon runners. It's not for 1 year, 2 years. It's a long, long process because penetration to the automotive industry is very, very long and very tedious. So if we took money from venture capitals, it will be only for short terms because they usually open fund for 5 years. They want to realize the money. So it's not for venture capitals. It's not suitable for this kind of investment. So we said, okay, what we're doing? And then I said, who has money? Rich people has money. What do they do with the money? They go to broker to invest in the stock market. Let's go to broker. And we were looking for $500,000 at the beginning. And I said to the broker, everybody wants to be involved in the hype of high tech. In 1999, it was huge hype. And I said, let's have 100 people, each one $5,000. It's completely crazy. Completely crazy. Today it's not so crazy, but then it was completely crazy. And I said, let's sell tickets to the high-tech show. And the first meeting with the broker company, they were excited to say, you know what, it's a nice idea. We will send you our customers and give them presentations. We had a very small office. We have 2 rooms, a very small office. I remember each day 20 people were arriving. We even couldn't make them sit, all of them. And after 1 week, from 14 people, we had $1 million. Because nobody put $5,000. If you come to a presentation, you're excited about the company, you like the idea, you like the founders, you say, wow, it's nice. Even one of the investors back then put a check of $1 million and said, I'm willing to put the full round. We just used $250,000 for his check because all the rest brought the money up to the closing. But the importance of this move was much beyond the first round. Because what's happened, we connected ourselves to a very interesting group of people. And when year after we wanted to raise money again, they said, we are going to bring you money again, and we bring another friends. In a year after, it's happened again. We have people that invested in the company 6 times in a row. It took us 8 years until first production agreement. So this is really for marathon runners. When you open a company, you don't imagine that it will take you 13 years to be profitable. It's really for visionaries and for persistent founders. You have to be persistent. You have to believe in what you do and to continue the struggle, continue the problems that you have on the way. We didn't know that it will take so long. When we raised $130 million from Goldman Sachs, it was much more than what we needed back then. But when we did it, we didn't know that in 2008, the world will enter to a huge recession. You don't know it upfront. So when all the world entered to recession, which was 2008, 9, and 10, we had enough money to continue our operation, and all our competitors stopped their development. And they said, let's wait until this recession will come down, and then we'll come back to the game again. In those 2 years, we created almost the position that we have today because we were the only player in those years. We had money. We continued to develop. We doubled the company, and we doubled our market share in those years. So you see how the philosophy of having money all the time, more than what you think you will need, creates eventually also very successful business position. We didn't know that it will take so long, but with the right philosophy of raising money, it gives us a lot of time to do also mistakes. Because if you do mistake, and you can correct it because you have enough money. If you don't raise enough money, smallest mistake, you are out of the business. The most enjoyable part to work in Mobileye is that you do a product that eventually saves lives. It's not just a phrase to say it. When you do something which has such a big impact on the world, and you're solving a problem which kind of without solution, this is unique. This is privilege. We have almost zero people that leave the company. We have people that work for us 15 years, 10 years, 12 years. And when you ask employee, why Mobileye? He will tell you two things. Very challenging, because we do things that nobody believes that it's capable, that it's possible to do. So engineers in high-tech, they like challenges. They want to do something that's really difficult to create. But they say we do product, which make the difference. This is a big thing. You're not doing something that is even different to explain to your wife what you're doing. You do something that's visible. It's out there. You see that you save lives. And definitely this is very exciting. We compensate people as if it's their startup. We give options to everybody. So people very successful or also financially. So it's not that they feel, okay, in order to succeed more than what we do today, we have to do our own startup. They feel like this is their baby, this is their company. This is part of let's say, how you create the right atmosphere to get very successful outcome of development. And I think we succeeded to create a feeling of everybody that they're part of the company and from the success, not only by saying it, but also financially. Part of the Israeli culture is that you don't accept authority. It started from, I think it starts from the army, but it also in the IT company. I can have engineer entering to my office and saying, look, I think you're doing mistake here and here, and this is wrong, we have to do this and this and this and this, and this is normal. This is completely normal. So authority is not something very, let's say, frightening in the structure of the company. So this is a very big change, I think, in the atmosphere when you run a company. Israeli do not afraid to take risk, and they're willing to learn from their mistakes. So the atmosphere in Israel is, it's okay to dare to do something. And you can not succeed in what you do as long as you analyze to yourself what was not successful and you do it again with better performance. I would rather to take a manager to some, let's say, to some division for Mobileye that already failed a couple of times in a different thing, rather than to take somebody which is completely new. So the failure in Israel perceived as experience and not a shame.